Hey guys, this is Dan Collier for Nutriforce, and I'm making this video this morning to show you how the benefits of juicing can relieve pain in the body, either from past injuries, even severe injuries. And one of the main reasons that I got into juicing was because I was suffering from neck and back injuries due from almost nearly 20 years of martial arts, like the MMA style martial arts, and I stayed in it way longer past what most people stay in continuously doing, and I sustained some injuries that I was actually looking at surgery, and I had everything you can think of as a massage unit or thing that you can put on your back, and TENS units and things for pain to my neck and my back from muscular injuries, nerve problems. The only thing that I found that started to relieve it, and in fact lets me live a normal life again, is through juicing. And not only through just juicing in itself relieve the pain, but I actually feel awesome. I can tell if I miss a day and not juice at least a couple times a day, I can actually feel myself moving slower. So I am dedicating this video this morning to my friend Larry. He's a former Navy SEAL, and he sustained some injuries while he was in the SEAL teams. And so this video is about relieving pain using these natural foods. And the reason, what I have found is many people, just like myself, you go to the doctor and the doctor looks at stuff, and if it's not surgically repairable, if they can't figure out a way to do it by surgery, they start prescribing you medications. And this is the route that I was on, and then they would up the medications if that wouldn't relieve the pain. And the problem is over time, these pain medications will actually start to deteriorate your body. Now the thing that your body is literally your nerves are screaming out, hey, I'm hurting, I need some fuel to repair myself. And the problem is the doctors never tell you that since your body can't get enough fuel to repair it because the injury is so severe, your body needs superfoods to do a super repair. Makes just common sense, really, if you start thinking about it. But once you're in the cycle, I didn't know any better. Once you're in the cycle, nobody's really telling you. You can remember stuff like when you were a kid, your mom said, "Eat your vegetables." The reality is as we get older, it's harder as we get older to digest and absorb the nutrition as it is. So we need to start putting super nutrition in our body so that it goes beyond, like if we consume this much nutrition just to maintain our bodies, or actually less, our body is screaming for the nutrition it needs each day to repair itself. Because every year, every cell in our body, our 100 trillion cells, will replace themselves. We're all brand new cells, and they either replace themselves with superior cells, or they replace themselves with more damaged and aging cells. So if you want to slow the aging process, and if you want to have a body that can repair itself, there's no way to do it that I know of anymore except through super nutrition. We have to get the live enzymes in our body, like the little nuclear fuels that can actually reach our cells, and we need organic vegetables that are carrying all the life-giving minerals that are used to repair our cells. Has to be in the food, and it needs to be in the food in a way that's the most absorbable. So let's talk about what I'm going to juice here. And this is a typical morning juice for me. Mostly doing twice a day for pain relief and feeling super energy. And one of the main things, I like a little slice of ginger root. So you can see here what ginger root. The ginger root is great for digestion. It's also an anti-inflammatory. It is a superfood. Also, turmeric. Turmeric, all throughout India, it's known as like a little medicine root. It's also an anti-inflammatory. It's basically this is like taking ibuprofen, in a natural form. So I take a little slice of turmeric. It also is known to heal and help aid the body in repairing itself and its tissues and stuff. The next thing is pineapple. Pineapple has bromelain in it, also it tastes great. And the bromelain is also an anti-inflammatory. So also I juice a little bit of lemon, high in vitamin C, and it also cuts down on some of the harder taste of the green leafy vegetables like kale. And kale is a superfood. There's hardly anything that kale doesn't heal in your body. So also beets, and they just had a report that came out, the Olympic report about the actual power of beets and the fact that beets actually help to oxygenate the blood. So beets are also a superfood. Cucumbers, very good for you, high in water content. Most people just think cucumbers are no big deal, but they're actually very nutritious for you. The green, anything that's green, a good food for you. The carrots are almost the same consistency as the blood. They're very close, and the carrots are almost like our blood. So they're high in calcium and also super nutritious. I also have, just as an extra bonus here, some of the beet leaves. I'm going to squash them on through there and get some of the nutrients out of this as well today. And as I mentioned before, I'm also going to juice the kale. And the kale is the greens. Kale is pretty strong tasting, so I juice it probably about a cup of kale I use. And kale is also, like any leafy greens, there's not a tremendous amount of juice that you're squeezing through there, so there's a particular way to run it through with a carrot, and it actually then comes out to be more of the juice coming through. It'll turn dark green up here. So I'll probably start juicing some of this and just kind of fast forward, because you don't need to see me sit here and stick all the vegetables through here. But if you're bored and you feel like watching, then let's go. So I start out with the ginger and the turmeric, since they're I put them in first because I want this, the whole time I'm juicing, to keep pressing this through the screen. So cucumbers are really watery, so let's just start with that. And so that way that turmeric and the ginger is continuously going through there. I'll go ahead and run all the cucumbers through here while we're at it. All right, let's run our beets through here so we get the beets constantly moving through. All right, now kale, I'm going to show you a little trick. Because kale, depending on the juicer you have, this is a masticating juicer. It's a lot slower. If you're making large portions of juice, it is slower than the other types of juicers, but this is the healthiest type of juicer because it doesn't kill any of the enzymes. It actually just mashes it through the screen, leaving the most healthy type of juice coming through. But if you're pressed for time, you got to make a lot of juice each day, you know, and you want to put it in mason jars and save it. So you're not doing this, you only do it once a day. You may get another type of juicer, high-speed juicer. Depending on how much time you got. But if you really want to be healthy as possible, these are the best type of juicers. I just usually tell people if you're a little impatient, you might want to go with a faster juicer to start with. Especially if you're juicing for a whole family, this would take a little while. So the other juicers are super fast. So basically, what you're looking at doing here, this is literally liquid medicine to your body. And what's really crazy is how good it actually tastes. Like most people think that juice and they're like, oh, gross vegetable juice, but when you're mixing it with the pineapple and stuff, it's so sweet. It's got a great mixture to it. And the carrots in this particular type, they're kind of hard, this type of juicer. That's why they got a reverse on it. It'll hang up, just hit the button backwards and you want to do it. Let's not forget my lemon. Lots of vitamin C. So this is me pretty much every morning. What I'll juice to actually keep the inflammation down and to help repair whatever going on in my body. Especially nowadays, almost everywhere you go, there are radiation from cell phones and television. If you consume any foods at restaurants, you have no clue where it's coming from. It's almost vital nowadays to juice and to make smoothies with vegetables and stuff. If you're not doing this, your body is, especially as we start to age, your body is going to start deteriorating at a rapid rate. I think I mentioned in several videos before that in a year and a half time now, I've had 5 friends pass away due to food-related issues, whether it be cancer or whether it be heart disease. It's been related to the consumption of food and poor diets. Literally a type of abuse on the body over years. I was guilty of it from college on, not knowing how to eat right for a long time. I was doing things that were pretty abusive on my body, thinking I'll live forever. And now I'm starting to see the results of this in some of my friends, and I'm glad that I discovered this several years ago, because had I not, I don't know, I mean, I would have been, I don't know if I could still work due to the injuries and things that I had. And now I feel great. So after this is done, a lot of times you'll have to stir it up a little bit, but I'm going to taste it just so I can let you know how good it is. That is good. It doesn't look like it would be good, but it is awesome, and I can't wait to drink it. Anyway, this video I've made for everybody suffering with any kind of pain, even after workout and recovery and stuff like that, to relieve inflammation and get superfoods in your body so that you can definitely recover and start building your body, repairing these injuries that you have. Because if you're not taking in superfoods, the food that we do consume, there's not enough there to get to the areas that need healing. The food that most people are consuming, it's just enough to keep you alive until you're starving at the next meal. So that's why the consumption of superfoods, raw foods, is necessary to build your strength so that your body reaches its maximum capacity, and then it goes after repairing injuries. But if it's not getting the superfoods in it, it's like common sense. If it's not getting the superfoods in it, your body is just going to be able to sustain itself. And eventually, taking medications and stuff, your body will actually start to decline and other things will start to shut down. But the doctors aren't concerned with that because they have to follow protocol, or they simply don't know about this because there's no money in it for them in making juice. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. Check the link below, click on this, see more great videos and keep up with everything. Share this on Facebook if anybody you know is suffering from any type of pains and things like that in their body. Once again, this is Dan Collier for Nutriforce. Have a great day. That's some good stuff.